it was very impactful. It actually changed the way my perspective on how I looked at life. I mean, how I looked at money and how I approach it. So it's something that it will definitely have that same type of impact on you. Okay. So here. All right. So we are live. That's good. And there we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint here. And I'm also in this presentation, it's not just going to be me talking. I'm going to actually share a PowerPoint with you, but I'm also going to share a short video with you that's going to really bring a lot of information to you that I want to make sure that everybody's aware of. Okay, because that was one of the most impactful things for me is when I saw this video, was that it's like, you know what, this is something that everybody needs to see. Okay. And let's see, here we go. All right. So this morning, we're going to be covering the most overlooked and simple technique to building wealth and growing your income starting today. It's ways that you can actually preserve your wealth and have a more secure financial future. And what I'm going to be sharing with you is the most simple overlooked technique that the wealthy use. Okay, this is to create their generational wealth. A lot of people think, well, it'd be nice to be wealthy. Well, there's a reason why wealthy people are. There's certain things that they do over the course of time and throughout their family history that they've always done that a lot of people may be aware, but they're not quite sure how to go about doing that. And then the one thing throughout the course of history, as far as the families that always have that wealth, that have that generational wealth, they all have multiple streams of income. They all have different things that they're saving or investing in or what have you. But the number one underlying thing that every single one of them have is they do save in the form of silver and gold. Okay. And that's one thing that a lot of people are like, well, they kind of tense up. It's like, well, I can't afford to buy gold. I can't afford to buy silver. But that's a misconception. That's what I'm here to share with you this morning, is that everybody, regardless of your income, whether you're making $15,000 a year or $150,000 a year, you have the capacity, you have the ability to actually start building that generational wealth. And that's the one thing is people have to understand too, is generational wealth isn't instantaneous. It's called generational for a reason. It's something that, it's been, I guess, like techniques or strategies that families use throughout the course of their family that they've always used this. And that's why they have that generational wealth. So that's what I want to share with you today. So like I said, this is something that regardless of your income, whether it's 15,000 or 150,000, or you make more than that, this is something everybody can do. Okay. And so I'm really excited to share this with you because like I said, there's, especially with the video, it's going to be like one of those really eye-opening informational things too. So you're going to walk away with this with a couple of things. One, I'm going to share with you kind of like the history and the value of money and why the dollar has declined over the years, and then how things look as far as compared to silver and gold and the value of precious metals. But also you're going to have the opportunity to be part of our weekly drawing and then also our monthly drawing. So I'll go ahead and cover that real quick here. So with that, it's to qualify for the drawing, what I would like you to do is just go ahead and after this presentation, or even after watching the video or something, if you want to just send me an email to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org with your biggest takeaway from the presentation. What value did you get from it? What did you like? What didn't you like? Or was there something that you didn't understand or whatever? But just go ahead and send me an email, and then that'll automatically qualify you to register for the weekly drawing, for which is a cash prize for this week, for Saturday. It's going to be a $50 MasterCard. So at that point, if you're we draw your name. I can either mail you the MasterCard, or it's something that if you have a PayPal account, I could also PayPal you the money as well. So that's one way for the drawing. And then at the same time, you'll qualify for the monthly drawing, which we're going to have here. It's June 26th. So we're having a drawing here at the end of the month at June 30th. So, and this is something like if you catch the replay, you can still qualify for the drawing. You just go ahead and send me that email and let me know what your biggest takeaway is. And I can tell if you, by what you say, if you watch the presentation or not. So so I'm really glad to do it. And this is something from me to you. It's just my appreciation for you to taking the time to watch this video and share with me your thoughts on what I'm presenting with you today. Okay. So, who is this? Basically what we're going to be covering is what are the benefits in saving in the form of gold and silver or precious metals. And in actually the short video that I share with everybody here, the one gentleman that I'm going to bring on here, he refers to it as sound money, and there's a reason why it's called that. Okay, but so I'm going to be covering with you how you can save. Who can you trust in? How do you know if you're getting a good deal or not? Because there are a lot of companies out there that do sell precious metals directly to people, but just how they do it and what you can do when you have it is very important. That's what this presentation will share with you, why it's important who you buy it from. Okay, and also how you can afford to purchase it, even if you're on a tight budget. Like I said, regardless of your income, this is something every single person can do as long as you have some type of income. It's something that you can start building that incremental generational wealth, okay, which is actually, when you think about it, it's something exciting to look forward to. Okay, so as far as and I'll share with you how gold and silver can truly build generational wealth. Okay, it is a fact, and that's been proven over the course of time here as far as with the wealthy families and that. And also I'm going to share with you what your financial institutions and your financial advisors are not wanting to let you know, where they do know this information, but there's a reason why they don't share it with you. I'll cover that today, and also how you can start today. And then also, if you're in one of these 7 countries here, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, UK, or Singapore, if you're in one of those 7 countries, you have the opportunity. I have a really special opportunity to share with you today on, and I will cover that right after the short video that I share with you. But it's something that it's a way for you to actually not only save in the form of precious metal for your future, but at the same time, a way for you to earn passively in the process. So it's like definitely a win-win thing. So I'm really excited to share that with everybody too. Okay, so who is this for? It's for anyone that understands the importance of saving in the form of gold and silver, but they're not quite sure how to go about doing it. It's something, like I said, there's a lot of things what putting together this presentation, what crossed my mind is that if you don't know how to do something, what do? You don't do anything. And that's a lot of cases specifically in gold and silver. A lot of people know that they should be saving in the form of it, but they really don't know how to go about doing it. And it's actually, like I said, it's a misconception, and it's simpler than you actually can believe. After I share this presentation with you today, you'll understand how. It's also for those who are looking for their options to save and control how much and how often they want to save. And also those who have a job that do not have a 401k. Like if you work for a company or a corporation that offers it, I highly encourage you to take advantage of that, because that really is a great opportunity. And it's something that allow your money to grow for you just by itself, pretty much, as long as you got it invested and diversified in the right areas. But a lot of times people don't know what to do, so they just kind of just go with the flow and then make adjustments as they go, which is fine. But if you work for a company that does have a 401k, I highly encourage you to take advantage of that, because a lot of them do have like company matches, or they'll match a certain percentage of how much you put into it. And then also there's stock splits and everything too. So that's something to definitely take advantage of. And it's also for those who are looking to put away money for college. Like if you have a son or a daughter or a grandkid that wants to go to college, but you're looking for different ways to help, make an impact on their life, where you could actually start something now and then down the road have that extra money actually to, where it's growing for you, that you can actually help them out with college. And that's what's one of the reasons why I really got excited about this whole opportunity, because my son graduated high school about almost a month ago now. And I'm really proud of him. And I was really excited when I had this opportunity to share with me back in December of last year, because I was looking for additional ways to be able to help him out. And when I heard this with what I'm sharing with you today, I'm like, this is something that I'm definitely going to do. So I was really excited about that. It's one of the main reasons why I did it. But it's also for those who are looking to start, putting away a little nest egg on the side, in addition to how you're already saving in whatever forms that you're doing right now. And it's also, like I said, there's an opportunity here for someone to earn an additional income. And that's a really good opportunity here too. And like I said, as soon as the video's over, I'll go over that way. That way you understand, like if I know it's Saturday and everybody's got a lot on their plates, I'm sure they got plans. So we'll cover that right away too. And it's also for just someone who's wondering what their options are. Okay. And like I said, we're finally, putting this presentation together too. It's what I understand, a lot of people this isn't taught in the general education growing up for kids. Okay, this is something that should be, like in my opinion, this is something that should be taught like in, sophomore, junior, senior year of high school. But it's something that should be, kids should be made aware of. So like if this is something where you want to share with your teenager, even like your college age kids or whatever, this is something that everybody should have this information, at least be aware of it. And that's the biggest thing. Is my goal here today is just to bring more awareness of different options that people have. Okay, so we covered the qualify for the drawings. Just give me your biggest takeaway on the presentation here, and you'll qualify for the weekly drawing and then also the monthly drawing. And anybody that does enter, um, I will record that live. So just in case you're wondering how I'm going to do that, but I will also notify you and then just record it live and then send you a copy of the recording too. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to bring in a gentleman by the name of Zach Davis. He has a nice presentation. This was one of the things that I saw back in December. And as soon as I saw this presentation, it's a short video. It's about 15, 16 minutes long. Um, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, it was one of those life-changing moments or one of those aha moments, so to speak. You hear people talk about where it's like, you know what, I never looked at it this way. I never really realized that, why the US dollar has declined over the years, and then why even though the US dollar is declining, and, based, with inflation and everything, the price of everything going up, but then also during that time frame compared to precious metals, what has that done? And he gives some really good black and white examples of, if you did this and this is what would happen and so on. So that's what I thought was really important. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and bring Zach on here. And he's got this, this is a video that we're going to share with you, and I'm going to watch this with you. But I'm also going to, you might see me duck out of here for a second because I have to make sure this is streaming okay live on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video, and I will be back with you right afterwards to share a little bit more and then go over the details on, you know, the opportunity to earn an additional income as well as while you're saving. And by the way, if you're in if you're not located in one of the countries that I had listed, please, if you're interested in, you're still going to get value from this presentation. But if you're interested in that opportunity, please let me know. You can send me an email at that rick@silvergoldsolutions.org, and then I will just let me know what country you're from, because this is something that is going to be a global opportunity. So it's just they're doing, it's one country at a time, and right now they're at the 7. Okay, so without further ado, here's Zach, and I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Welcome to 7K. Are you working harder for more? But it just doesn't seem to go as far. Well, it's not just you. Higher costs and added financial pressure on families here are surrounding now scale. In fact, as of May 2017, did you know that 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense? They'd have to rely on a credit card, selling something, or borrowing money if such event arose. So what's happening with your money? It's in the numbers. Look at this chart. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and you'll see at that point, $1 was worth $1 in spending power. But in 2013, the dollar was only worth about 5 cents. That's about a 96% reduction in value of the spending power of the dollar since 1913. Here's how it shakes out in real life. This is the everyday price index. This measures inflation for everyday spending in 3 different categories. So this is weighted for different expenses in each group, like more healthcare costs or education costs. Urban renters, 58.1%. Retired couples, 61.6%. Look at this for young families trying to start a family and own a home, 78.3% more inflation. Look at these numbers. Now, these are things that you have to have on a daily basis. Eating food at home costs 43% more between 2000 and 2018. 59% increase to eat out. Heat sources, 99%. Car insurance, 97%. Water and sewer, 133%. Do you know anybody who'd like to go to college today? Maybe a child or grandchildren? 151% increase in college tuition. Medical care expenses, up 97% in the same time frame. Now, do you mind if I show you the case for sound money? Don't worry, it's just a fancy name for gold and silver. Gold and silver is one of the secrets the wealthy have always used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. Fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret. They are the largest holders of gold in the world today. There's a reason why. Look at this. What could you buy today with the same silver from 1965? Check this out. If you went to the grocery store and you wanted to buy a gallon of milk and took in 1 ounce of silver or $1 bill, you could purchase that gallon of milk in 1965. But in 2019, 1 ounce of silver would get you 5 gallons of milk. How many gallons of milk would $1 purchase you? Nothing. It's a 410% increase in buying power for silver. Look at the movie ticket. 1965, $1 or 1 silver ounce will buy you a movie ticket. In 2019, 1 ounce of silver will buy you almost 2 movie tickets. That's an 80% increase in the buying power of silver. That means that is a 95% reduction in the spending power of the dollar bill. Check this example out. 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 would buy you 1 Ford Mustang in 1965. But if you took $2,500 in the Ford dealership today, I promise you, you're not walking out with a Ford Mustang. Now, you might be able to get a down payment. But look what happens today in 2020 with the same 2,500 ounces of silver. You could actually purchase 2 Ford Mustangs. Now, here's a great example of the purchasing power of gold and the dollar. The question is, where would you put this $10,000 in 1965? Would you put it in a house or would you put it in gold? Here's how the numbers shake out for 2020. $10,000 put into a home would have turned into roughly $85,000. That's a pretty good return. But the same $10,000 put into gold is $528,251. That is a huge difference. So the question is, after seeing those statistics, is your financial future seem a little bit more challenging? But why aren't your financial professionals telling you about this? The truth is, they don't want you to know. They want you to think it's not important to know the secrets of sound. But we believe in you and want to guide you in your journey to creating and protecting true wealth for your family and your legacy, because you deserve it. So we're going to show you how to use the secrets the wealthy have always used to confidently get ahead of the game now and forever. We are 7K. The 7K founders are on a mission to change the world. 100 plus years of successful business experience sits between them. In fact, they have changed multiple industries for the better. They have a passion for helping the average person get ahead. And one of these individuals actually created a company that is worth $2 billion today. They have shared abilities but unique strengths that can help you to achieve the success you want. Here's a message from the founders. We created 7K because we genuinely want to improve the lives of people around the world. We have watched way too many of our friends struggle as the economy fluctuates, employment issues arise, or unexpected changes come up. Using the power of gold and silver, we believe we can provide a way for people to create financial independence, preserve their wealth, and live an exceptional life. We started this company because we believe in you. So here's some of the questions that we had when we found out about the power of sound money. We asked, do any of these resonate with you? Where should I buy it? Who should I trust? What should I buy? How do I buy in small quantities, and how do I get more of it? So we created a membership that solves many of the problems the average person like you and I face when we buy precious metals. One of the very first member benefits of being a member of 7K is dealer direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Here's how the process works. The US Mint create coins. They sell those coins to a dealer, and then we sell those coins directly to you. No minimums, no maximums, period. This was just the beginning, and we didn't stop there. But first, the question about what should you buy? To answer that question, we created what we call our buyer certification program. Why? Because we already made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. This expert training helps you identify what type of buyer you are and understand the following. How the wealthy have always used sound money for their gain. The key factors to protect your personal finances in any economy. What's the value of MS-70 coin collecting and why it's potentially more valuable than bullion? Why governments and large institutions are the biggest buyers of gold and silver. Now, here's the 5 reasons for sound money. Hedge against poor government decision and potential economic collapse. Wealth accumulation, wealth protection, portfolio diversification. Last, certainly not least, and probably one of my favorite, is coin collecting. In fact, what if I told you that we all made a $1.2 million mistake because we didn't understand the power of coin collecting? Did you know that if you had purchased one MS-70 Silver Eagle every month since 1986, it would cost you roughly $40,000 to $50,000? Now that seems like quite a bit of money, but over time, it's really not compared to today's value of that coin collection. It would be worth $1.2 million. Problem is, most of us lack a little bit of discipline. So we don't go down and purchase those coins every single month like we should. So we needed an easy way that doesn't require discipline to collect coins every month. And that's why we created our Autosaver program. So we gathered a team of world-class experts to hand select collectible coins to take your collecting and legacy to the next level. Our world-class coins and collections are sent to your door every single month, giving you peace of mind that your saving is on autopilot. Here are the 3 different options that you have for the Autosaver program. First is the basic. We send a 7K exclusive collection MS-70 Silver Eagle or standard 7K label MS-70 Silver Eagle to your door every single month. Now, we rent different labeled series like the US 50 State series for this tried and true collectible. This option features the steady as she goes and most popular collectible that has proven to be a great long trip. Now, our variety coin. This will be quite a showcase when you're finished. These MS-70 coins tell an incredible story from start to finish, and they're delivered to your doorstep every single month. The specialty option are gold and rare silver collectible coins that are a specialty. Often these coins have a limited run of less than 500 coins in the world. With this option, you'll get a mix of both sent to your door every single month. Now, of course, these will be handpicked by our experts. Don't feel secure about storing your collection at home? No problem. We will store your collectibles for free when you actively buy a qualifying collectible coin every single month. Every month you buy is another month we store your coins for free. These private vaults are insured by those of trade security, inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and like I said before, one of the coolest member benefits storage. Perhaps one of the most exciting things that we've done here at 7K as a member benefit is create what we call sound money wallet. This is a new age of precious metals. It's 100% backed by physical inventory. Buy it, store it, trade it, cash it out. Zero hassle and zero pennies. Here's how it works. You can take cash and instantly convert it with the same gold and instantly convert it back to cash. That's buyback rates. How about silver? You can do the exact same thing. Number transfers instantly send gold, silver, or cash other members for free. You can also take gold or silver straight to you. Extra metals can ship to your door. Shipping and insurance. Let me ask you something. How many of you like good deals and love to travel? Well, as a member here, one of the other benefits is our 7K Family Rewards program. This program is helping you with a lifestyle with only 800 different ways to save. Exclusive offers on travel, local restaurants, wherever you are, everyday services that you're already and build on the largest name brands. Save where you have to spend so you can spend more. 7K getaways. Gold and silver are essential. And we lifestyle and creating memories with our company sponsored trips. You will hear what one of our customers has to say. In our 17-year marriage, not alone to a foreign country, 7K getaways, we have now on a multiple trips to go other places. Now, remember, as of May 2017, 44% of Americans said they could not afford $400. So owning gold and silver is great. If you don't have the money for those things, it can be very. So here at 7K, we created a way where you share, earn points, and get paid. Every time you share it with somebody else, we generate points. So when you purchase your membership, it creates a spot in the tracking center. You have the opportunity to build two teams, your left team and your right team. Every time you get 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, it generates a $500 commission. Let me just show you the multiple ways to earn. Membership and rewards. Monthly offer saver program. Rare coin sales and retail sales. Change your team. Or a monthly auto saver coin order. Share it with them. Or search it on your team. Use that coins towards self-control. Let me show you how to rank up in your team. As an associate, you can earn $500 per week. Copper, $1,000 per week. Bronze, $2,000. Silver, $3,500. As a gold, $7,000 per week. An executive goal of $10,000 a week. And presidential goal of $12,500. There are a ton of benefits here. Here are just some. Residual income for lifetime. The auto-saver program. Set it and forget it. The Advantage Rewards program, where you can travel the world and have exclusive deals on some of the best name brands and some of your local favorites. 7K limited with sound money wallet. 1099 tax right. Only money. Gold backed IRAs. 7K healthcare program. The ability to buy prices more. You would do at pricing. The question is, are you ready to change your life? Here are the two ways that you can get involved. Standard membership or the premium. Our standard membership is a one-year membership. It includes the fire certification training. Member direct pricing and unlimited volume, no minimums and no maximums. The Advantage Rewards program. 3 technology credits, access to exclusive low mintage collections. 1 graded silver coin, and access to exclusive sound and light. As a premium member, you get a 1 membership, the fire certification, collector's training, member direct pricing on unlimited volume, Advantage program. But instead of 3, you get 12 technology credits. You get access to exclusive low mintage collections. You get 1 MS-70 silver coin, 1 silver volume coin, 10 business cards, 4 wealth strategy books, and access. So you can become sure it's unbelievable with others. How would you feel to know that you have control over your life? How would you like to live if you have more time? Question is, will you join us in our mission to change? Pick a membership and get started today. Thank you for spending some time.
Okay, Zach did a really good job of like I said, when I watched it the first time and it was shared with me, I was like, I did not realize the huge impact, the difference between why the US dollar has declined over the years, and also all the value of silver and gold and how it's retained its purchasing power. And that's the main thing, is what you're looking at is retaining its purchasing power. And you look at it, silver and gold have always been stood the test of time. I mean, you go back like 100 years ago, if you had a gold coin, everybody associates that with the value and they know that it's worth a lot. Okay, like you go back into the Westerns or whatever, that's what it would be like. Okay, or I should say more than 100 years for that. But if like, and then if you like, I've brought this up before in other presentations too. It's like you go back to, what did one of the wise men bring the infant Jesus? He brought gold. Okay, so even going back as far as that, it's always had its value, and that's what's really important to know. And like when Zach showed that example for silver with the The 1965, buying the Ford Mustang, if you had $2,500 or 2,500 1-ounce silver coins, because a dollar was worth 1 ounce of silver was worth $1 then, you could buy a Ford Mustang brand new. If you walked into a Ford dealer today and only had $2,500 regular paper money, you'd be looking at a down payment and another 4 or 5 years of paying the car off, depending on how you had set up. But if you had 2,500 silver coins and walked into a Ford dealer today, you'd be able to walk out with 2 brand new cars. So that just shows you that was like a huge eye-opening experience as far as seeing the difference there with silver. And then with gold, if you invested 10,000 in a house back in 1965, your return on that investment would be around 80 a little over $85,000. However, if you would have taken that same 10,000 and put it in gold, you'd be looking at over $500,000 as far as its value today. So it just shows you those 2 examples there with the silver and the gold. And then you might be questioning or wondering why he's bringing up that $1.2 million mistake, because just think about it. A 1-ounce silver coin, okay, like within, that's what they're referring to with the auto saver thing, is where, if you collected one of these, or you purchased or saved in the form of 1 silver coin every single month, and like he said, showed in that example, from 1986 till now, you would have spent between $40,000 to $50,000 roughly. And today, that collection would be, that whole collection over the course of time would be worth over $1.2 million. And like he said, the $40,000 or $50,000, that might sound like a lot, but when you're doing it at like $100 a month, it's not a lot. Okay. And yet that's a way to start incrementally building that generational wealth, because the one thing that's important here too is when you physically own silver and gold, that is a whole different ballgame compared to like if you're, doing with stock or something on the stock market, where you don't physically actually own it, you're just trading with it. But in this case here, when you physically own it, that's even more valuable. And that's where, like with their autosaver thing, you would get one of these silver, and there's different packages. You don't have to get the coins, but he's using that as an example. And with their autosaver program, one of the things that you can set up is a specific coin a month, and that keeps you active within your system, where you, like I said, this is like another form of a 401k in silver and gold, but it's your own personal silver and gold, and it's your own personal 401k, and you control how much you want to save and how often. Like there's some people that actually, with the different membership packages, there's some people that actually have multiple packages because they wanted to cover all territory, between the silver and the gold. They wanted the different options. But like with the silver coins, just to kind of clarify that a little bit real quick. So this is an MS-70 Silver Eagle. It's part of the Utah State Series, which is part of their basic autosaver right now. So what with a graded coin, this is graded by NGC, which is one of the top 2 grading companies in the entire world. And what they do when they grade a coin is they serial number and barcode it, and they encapsulate in this really hard plastic. So this coin here is an MS-70. So MS-70 means it's perfect, that there's no other higher grade. So when you have a silver coin like this that's graded, it's going to retain its highest its highest value, versus like if you bought regular silver eagles that are just loose or raw, because those, they have a high silver content, but from the value standpoint, a graded MS-70 graded coin is going to have a higher dollar value when it comes time to liquidate, when you do that, opposed to a regular raw coin. Because if you walked into any silver coin place, or like coin dealer, or like a silver and gold place where they advertise that they'll pay you cash for or whatever, you're not going to get the same value with a raw coin. But if you walked into a coin shop with an MS-70 perfectly graded coin, they know that you're looking for top dollar, and that they're going to have to pretty much match that, or else they're not going to make the sale or whatever. They're not going to get it. But at the same time, with 7K, what they like, they do offer their buyback program. So it's something where if you're wondering, well, why would I want to get all these silver and gold coins or whatever, or save in silver and gold, but how would I ever liquidate it? Well, they do have their buyback program, and that's a simple way to do it. Is what they do is you would just say, hey, if you say an emergency came up and you wanted to liquidate like $2,000 or whatever with silver or gold, and you actually physically had it where it wasn't being saved in your sound money wallet, you would just email them, say, hey, I want to liquidate, some of my silver or gold, and they would send you a form. You fill out the form, you send the stuff back to them, they get it back, and you would send it. They do everything by FedEx, so that's I would recommend you sending it back via FedEx too, because it's tracked in everything really well. And then as soon as they get it back, they inspect it and they say, oh, based on the silver price that day and their buyback guarantee, then they say, okay, this is, here's what you get. And then you can tell them to, do a direct transfer to your bank or however you want to do it. Okay. So there are ways to do it, but then also on top of it, there's something that I guess I digressed a little bit here. So, but they do have something that they're starting at the beginning of July. It's going to be open to everybody. So we're a couple days away. It's a software that they have where it's called Stack and Sell. So all the coins and everything that you get from 7K will have a barcode or serial number or something to it to track it. And like if it's like a raw silver or raw gold or something like that, or bullion, and it doesn't have a barcode, you can actually put it into this Stack and Sell program or software. And with the barcode on the graded coins, there's a phone app that you get where you could actually just scan the barcode and it automatically put that into your personal account in the Stack and Sell. And with that Stack and Sell, it'll actually keep track of everything that you have and also keep track of the value. So like as the markets fluctuate, and then you'll be able to get a good idea as far as what the value of that coin is or your collection is. But at the same time, there's like tens of thousands of people in 7K. You may not have heard of them, but there are a lot of people that have memberships and are part of them. There's also people that are in the Stack and Sell also, and there's a lot of people that are always looking to add coins to their collection or purchase things separate, because like they do have some really rare ones on Coin Drops. It's a special thing where they have like a limited edition coin or something that they offer to members, and it's because they're limited edition, there's only so many, so a lot of times they go pretty quick. So if you had something that you wanted from like one of these limited edition things, you could actually sell it directly to members, and you can actually say what price you're looking for, and there's people that will buy it. So there's different options too. Okay. And of course you also have the option of going to a coin collector or a coin dealer or something, and they would more than happy take anything that's perfectly graded. And then also, they, like I said, 7K is very thorough with what they do. Everything that you get comes with paperwork. So it's like they really do an excellent job here. But with the $1.2 million mistake, think about that. If you were that person that was able to collect one of these per month and spend between $40,000 to $50,000, do you realize that one of these coins in 1999 was worth $19,000? Just one ounce silver coin was worth $19,000. There's another one from, I believe it was 1996, that was worth $6,000 itself. So it's just not the dollar value that you're getting. There's certain ones that from certain mints and from certain years that are worth more. But in this case here, nobody really knew at that time that it was going to be worth that much. But that person that put together that collection, if he were to liquidate that today, say we take the high end where he spent 50,000 on it, and he liquidated it for $1.2 million. Do you realize that he would have a $1,150,000 profit that is not reportable? And that's one of the things that people do not realize, is that collectible coins, especially graded ones, are not reportable, like when you have to fill out a 1099B form for your taxes. So that's one thing that 7K does, is they have with their training that they have that's free, their buyer certification thing, they go in depth on which types of coins or bullions or whatever, depending on why you're trying to save or how you're, if you're just doing it so you can accumulate wealth, they'll say which ones they recommend. If you're doing it because it's something that you want to like sell within a year or two or whatever, they have, in the course, they tell you what you would want to do, which types of silver and gold you'd want to focus. So they're really thorough. They want everybody to have as much information so they could have the best informed decisions for their future. So that's kind of why, if you wonder why they did the graded coin thing. And then also, just so you know, in order to get a coin graded, NGC has a $25 membership fee. Okay, so in order to send them something, it would cost you $25. But then to order to have one coin graded, that in itself would cost $35. So even before you get the coin graded, it's costing you $60. And then you have the value of the coin, are the value of the silver coin. So like keep that in mind when I share you the basic, even the basic autosaver program. Okay, so what I want to do with you here is I want to share this opportunity with you. Oops, we're going the wrong way. Okay, before I go any further, what I would like to do, if you are interested in becoming a member, I want to do something special here, because in order to qualify to rank up for those other, going from associate on up to copper, bronze, silver, and all the way up to executive gold or presidential gold, you have to work together as a team. And that's the way 7K designed this, so that they wanted people to work together. They wanted a way to help people out by giving them the opportunity to save in the form of precious metals and do it incrementally, so they could start building that generational wealth. But they're like, hey, what can we do to help the members out and pay it forward to them? So that's where they came up with their compensation plan. And it's like, it's no different than going, if you went to a restaurant or a movie and you like the food at a restaurant, or you like the movie, you recommend it to friends or family, and then they go to the theater or the restaurant. And do you get anything for that? No, you don't. You just recommend something, and the businesses benefit from it. But they wanted to take it a step further. Like, you know what, if people share this with other people and they become members, then we're going to pay it forward. And like, out of the last 10 years, out of everything I've seen online, this is by far the best opportunity I have ever seen, as far as being able to pay it forward, where not only are you saving yourself in form of silver and gold, where you actually physically can own it, and it's going to grow in value, and over the course of time and everything, it's going to build that generational wealth. But at the same time, where they're sharing the opportunity with the membership to be able to pay it forward and earn it in the process. So it's something that's really, and it's very easy to do. And basically it's just saying, sharing it with people. Okay. So what I would like to offer to today is for together for you and I to work together as a team, not my team, not your team, but our team, where together we will, my initial goal here is to make sure that everybody that's on our team hits that associate rank, where they're at least getting that $500 a week passive income. Okay. And in order to do that and to rank up, you do need to work together as a team, because you're going to need people. If you knew like 100 people that would be interested in doing this, and then you might be able to just like that rank up. But there is a way to do it. Okay. And that's where I wanted to share with you today. So what I would like you to do is send me your preferred email address and name and your phone number, and then your address to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. And the only reason why I'm asking you for your address is that I'm putting together a nice little welcome package just for people on our team. This has nothing to do with 7K. This is just like the drawing that I'm doing here. This is just from me to you personally, to show you my appreciation for you wanting to get to work together as a team. So it's something that I really want to do to make everybody feel like they're part of a family, so to speak. And and with your phone number, I'm not going to be calling you. I just want to have that on file, just as a means of connecting with you in case there's an emergency or something, or or if you have questions. You have, when you send me that, I will also send you my phone number when I have to receive your email. That way you can text me if if you're talking to somebody and you have questions, or you want to need further explanation. You could send me a text and say, hey, Rick, can you explain this to me? And I could jump on a Zoom call, or I could call you, or however you want to do it. But that's the only way. I'm not going to be bugging you. I'm not going to be filling your phone with junk mail or anything like that. That's not what I'm all about here, because I despise that as much as the next person. So my way is just to have another means of reaching out to you. And like I said, and if you don't want the welcome package from me, you don't have to send me your address. So that's totally up to you. Okay. But that's just another bonus that I want to share with you guys here today. So when you do that, send it to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. I will send you a referral link, and I will tell you right now, it's not even going to be my link. Okay. Like my link is this one here, the 7kmetals.com/rickf. So like if you went to that link, it would take you directly to my personal 7K website, which is their website, but it's coded to me. So like when I get your email, I'll send you a link. And then when you get that link, go ahead and create your membership right away. And when you create your membership, you're going to have a username. And that username is, like in this case here, mine is rickf. So in this case here, That's what you're going to refer other people to sign up or to purchase from your website or to become a member. Okay. So when you get that link from me, create your membership and then send me your affiliate link or your username. And then I will in turn share that with the next person. So you see how it's paying it forward to get everybody to have success quicker, because the quicker you can actually qualify as an associate, and then you hit the points, the 500 left and right, that's how quick you're going to be able to receive a commission check. Okay. So it's like you can actually, when you create your membership, you're going to have to pick, I highly encourage you to do the autosaver, because it's something where, like I said, with a 401k plan, you pick a percentage that comes out of your paycheck, and then you go it's just taken out of your check every week, and you don't even think anything about it. It's just automatically done. With the autosaver, that's why they did this, because for one, like what he shared with the $1.2 million mistake, if somebody would have just had something like that where once a month they got the coin, then it would have been taken care of. But in this case here, like with the autosaver, it's just like I said, a 401k for your own personal self, where you're setting aside that much money every month, and it's going to build over the course of time, just like a regular 401k does. Okay. But the difference between this and a 401k is you physically have it. You physically have something. Whereas the 401k, you're just looking at numbers and you're hoping that the stocks or whatever, go up. Okay. So anyway, so send me your referral link, and then I will go ahead and share that with somebody else, and then we'll continue to do that. And like I said, I want to make sure that everybody qualifies as an associate. And even if you're not interested in doing it from the income earning aspect of it, that's totally fine. You don't have to. You could just go ahead and if that's the case, just go ahead and sign up underneath my link here. And then you don't have to worry about sending me your information. I will, 7K is very thorough. So you can see in your back office who is on your team or who signed up underneath you. So it's very thorough. And like I said, I wanted to try and keep this short because I know it's Saturday. But it's like, I can go over that in another video, like another meeting or another Zoom call or something, and share that information with you. But their back office is very step by step. You can actually see real quick how to go through it. Okay. But there's also a way for you to control who's on your left side and your right side. And it's something that you physically control. Okay. So there's a thing called the holding tank. So everybody that comes, you want everybody that signs up on you to go into the holding tank. That way you can keep doing it left, right, left, right. Okay. And I did want to share this with you when you create your membership, make sure that your address that you put in there matches your driver's license or your state ID or your country ID, because that's one by law, the 7K has to do this. The government makes them do this because they're dealing with, silver and gold and money and everything. Is they have to have a checks and balance. And one of the checks and balances they have is they do have you send a copy of your front and the back of your driver's license or your state ID. And they do have to do that because they're dealing with money here. Okay. And in this case, gold and silver. So you will have to do that, but then also you do have to be of legal working age. So like if you have like your 10-year-old son or daughter might want to do this, they would have to have a social security number, and they would have to have a state ID in order to actually be able to earn, like if you, so let's just keep that in mind also, as far as that is because at the end of the year, when it comes tax time, your earnings, they do report to the government. And so depending on what country you're from, it's still going to be reported to them. So you will have to file taxes on your earnings. And like with their 500 to 1,000, 2,500 and on up, they don't take taxes out that you get that straight. They don't take taxes out. So you're going to have to come up with a certain percentage that you want to save kind of on a regular basis from it. And I would highly encourage you to check with your accountant or CPA, or if you don't have one, I would recommend probably at least like 35% to save on the side just for tax purposes. And then at the end of the year, if that was a little higher or whatever, then you just have a little bit extra bonus money to work with or to spend. So, yeah, just some tips from myself here. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert or an accountant, but I'm just from the stuff that I know and what I've experienced. That's what my recommendation would be. Okay. So yeah, I know I throw in a lot of information at you here. So like I said, if you have any more questions, you can email me or put them in the chat here, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. So real quick, you may or may not have heard of 7K. If you see my posts on social media, you might have got an idea about them, or when I've shared some of the like rare collectibles they have. And that was one thing I wanted to share with you too, is the when they refer to as dealer direct pricing, a lot of times when you would purchase stuff from certain companies online, they have where, okay, this is your price for one coin or two coins, but if you wanted a better price, you'd have to buy 100. With what 7K does is, whether you buy one coin or one bullion or one bar or something, or you buy 10 or 100 or 1,000 of them, it's all going to be the same piece price. So they don't jack it up. They don't fluctuate the price based on how much you buy. So that's why they wanted to make it so simple that the average everyday person, regardless of their income, could buy one of something without having to pay, be penalized for only being able to buy one. Okay, so that's something that they really thought about everything that they did here. They got together and they're like, you know what, how can we make it so the average everyday person could afford to buy silver and gold and start building wealth? Because that's where truly wealth generation, one of the main ways to building wealth is in the form of silver and gold. Okay, so 7K, they're actually located in Idaho Falls, Idaho. They do have a physical building. They're a regular business. So like if you were in Idaho Falls, you could actually go to their, walk in their front door, talk to them, and they do have a regular business. So a lot of times that stuff online that you see, it's all virtual where there's no physical place. It's all just virtual. But in this case here, 7K, they do have a physical business location. They have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. They have a customer review rating of 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars out of 5, which is great, and that's really good to see. But what I always look at when I check on some company in the Better Business Bureau is the customer complaints, because that's where the real key is. Because with customer reviews, they might have somebody who's has like a bad experience one time, and right away they're like, man, I'm going to go do this or whatever. Or they'll say, yeah, everything's excellent, and they only give it 4 out of 5 stars. So that's why the stars are an excellent review, but the biggest thing that I look at is the customer complaints. Okay, so in this case here, they have 0 customer complaints since they've been in business, which is phenomenal. And I will tell you this, they do have an excellent customer support. They, after they're out, when their business closes during the day or whatever, after hours, they do have chat support, and they are very, very knowledgeable. And they usually there's somebody that gets on with you within a minute, and they usually really quick with their answers. And in a case, there was 2 times where I didn't hit the person didn't have all the information I needed. So the next morning, I was getting an email from the other department saying, okay, here's your information. And then even one time, one of the customer service ladies called me. So I thought that was really cool. So they are really great on their customer service, which is really nice to know. So real quick about 7K, the founders are Zach Davis, Roger Ball, and Josh Anderson. Zach Davis was the gentleman that spoke to us during the video presentation. Roger Ball, if that name looks familiar to you, when Zach was doing the presentation, he mentioned that one of their owners was the founder of a $2 billion company. Well, that's Roger Ball. He's the founder of Melaleuca, and Melaleuca is still around today. It's been they've been around for a couple of decades now. So and they're a $2 billion company. So it just shows you that the quality and the type of people that got together to form 7K to bring this opportunity to you and I. Okay, so it's really, like I said, there are a ton of benefits. And what I'm going to do, whoops, let's go here. You know what? I'm just going to go run through this real quick because I want to go ahead and wrap this up for everybody here. So like, this is just a return on investment calculator that you can look up online. So I just use this as an example. So like with the memberships here, you have the standard membership is $199. There's a plus membership, which is $359, and the premium membership is $499. So there are 3 different membership packages. And like when I got started in December, it was like exactly 2 weeks before Christmas. And so I was already kind of thin on my budget for Christmas presents and everything, but I wanted to get started right away. So I went with the standard membership. So it's $199. But with the standard membership, you do get something for it. It's beside, you get the benefits of being a member, but they actually do physically send you something. So I actually received this book here, the American Silver Eagles book, which is it's an autographed copy, and then it covers the history of the silver eagle, and also even on some of the pages shows you the amount of coins that were minted perfect, and so and less, and so it kind of gives you an idea in the history about the American Silver Eagles. But also they sent an MS69 coin, so I did get a graded coin right away. And the MS69 is just like a hair shy of being perfect, but it still has that high dollar retention for value. So you do physically get something. And like with the plus membership and the premium membership, I can't really tell you because I didn't personally buy those, but when you go to create your membership, it'll go over exactly what's covered in it. Okay. So those are 3 membership packages. And then for the autosaver, there's 3 different plans right now. You have the basic, which is 105, which right now that's with the MS70 Silver Eagle. Like they have their state series. So each coin, each month you get a different coin and it's got a different label for the state. So my personal goal here, it's not going to be as extravagant as the $1.2 million one that he referred to, but my goal is to put together all 50 states of the United States. So if I had all 50 coins from the different states, all graded MS70 perfect, that would be a collection that collectors would be chomping at the bit to get their hands on, because it's a complete set. It's all perfectly graded. You can't get any better than that. So that's just my personal goal. But that would be something like if you went with the basic, which is 105, the variety is 139, which is actually the 7K state animal series. So whatever state animal is on a coin. In fact, that one's actually colorized too. And then also the specialty is usually like either a gold or a silver, a gold coin or a rare limited edition silver coin. Okay. And that varies from month to month because it's not from like a particular series where the basic or the variety are from. Okay. So those are just the different options that you have. Plus, when you go to create your autosaver, it's not where you just have to pick today's date. So it's like you have 5 choices. There's the 1st, 8th, 15th, 21st, and 26th. So that's how, so there's like 5 different choices. So when you wonder how would you get the $500 per week or more per week? Well, that's why, because they have it staggered throughout the month. So not everybody's going to have the same autosaver ship date. So that's how you would get points at different weeks throughout the month. And so you're kind of understanding here by, it's kind of like positioning this, like how you position or when you start is how quick or how fast, how more quicker you will benefit from the points and being compensated. Okay. But like I said, this is something where it's really, it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion, at least it was for me. So, but everybody has their different choices. Okay. So I just want to do this calculator real quick. So say if with what I'm getting now, so it's 105 a month, but the shipping insurance, it comes out to 116 and like a couple, like some change, 116. But so what I did is I took 12 months of saving $116 per month. So over the course of a year, I'm going to spend $1,392 on my full year of savings in silver. And but once, qualifying as associate, once you have one person on your left and right, 2 referrals, you would qualify for $500 a week. So $500 a week times 52 is 26,000. So if you put that in this calculator, your investment gain is going to be $24,608. And that has an ROI of 1,767%. And that's like, that is unbelievable. There's nothing that can beat that. I think the only thing that beat that was at one point in the course of time when Amazon split or something, one of the times they did their splits or whatever. But that is that is an incredible return on investment. And like these numbers here, this is just an example. And like I said, it all depends on how much you share it. Like if you share the opportunity with other people and you start getting people that are on your left and right team, and that's what I want to work with you guys to do, is to try and help you do that. But the faster you share the opportunity, or the more people you share it with, and the more people that enroll in the autosaver and sign up in that's how quick you're going to get the points. Okay. And by default, realistically, even if you didn't want to do this for the earning aspect, at some point you will get enough points to earn a check. Okay. So, because what they do is, because if you do this right, which is what I'm doing with people, is you make sure that you have people coming in left and right. Because in order to rank up to the higher ranks, you have to have the people below you rank up as well. It's like I said, this is all it's a continuous pay it forward program. Okay. But this is just a good example just to show you what your potential could be. Now, this is not, like I said, it's not guaranteed, but it's something, if you share it, you shouldn't have any problem. Okay. So, and I have to have this income disclosure here because we're talking about the potential to earn money. And like I said, it's not guaranteed, but if you share the opportunity, you at some point will be compensated for it. Okay, so it's just these numbers that everything that I'm sharing here goes from November of 2016 to October 2020, at the end of October 30th, 2020. So over the course of those 4 years, the numbers I'm going to be sharing here with you next screen is based on that time frame. So how you become an associate or above, you get points from your autosaver shipment. So your own personal autosaver, like you just points attached to each shipment. Okay, and so those will go in your towards your downline. You also get points when someone underneath you joins. So like you have the 100, yeah, we'll go here. So you have the 50, 100, and 150 points depending on the type of membership. So those are the points there. The basic is 15 points. The variety is 20 points for the autosaver, and the specialty is 30. Okay, so you get the points from the memberships here, points from basic, from each type of autosaver you get, plus with their coin drops and special offers they have on the website, there's points attached to a lot of the items too. So anytime a purchase is made, whether you make it or someone visits your site and purchase it, those points will get attached to you as well. Okay, and so also after your members join underneath you, their autosaver points get put towards your point total each week as well. So there's different ways to kind of build up the points here. And then also with the website, one thing that they do is like if you post your website on your social media or LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever, and somebody goes to that website and they purchase something, it's going to ask them, hey, are you a member? And if they say no, they're saying, okay, well, if you create a membership, this is what your cost would be. If you don't, this is what your cost is. And either way, they don't have to create a membership, but then this is another a subtle way to trigger people to actually maybe just sign up underneath your link. Okay, and it's, as long as it's on your website, it's accredited to you. So this is the left and right side, how it goes as far as becoming an associate. So this would be you joining today. And then your first 2 direct referrals, like I said, you would send me your link and I would help you get one referral right off the bat. Your first 2 direct referrals qualifies you as an associate. So right away, you're already qualified to receive that $500 weekly check. It's just a matter of getting the points on your left and right to get to that point. Okay. But what they started doing at the end of last year is to help get money back into the members' hands quicker. As a nice thing, what they do is they decide that if somebody was qualified as an associate, but they didn't quite have the 500 points per week, as long as you hit the 250 on left and right, they would issue a payment for $250. Okay. So that's something and this is weekly, this isn't monthly. So like, as long as you have the points being totaled up from the people in your downline, those you can continuously get those checks. Okay. But like I said, you do have to hit the points first. Besides ranking, you do have to hit the points. Okay. So that's how an associate would be. So in the way they describe it, as far as to qualify to rank up to a copper, which would be $1,000 per week total, you would help those first 2 referrals get 2 referrals. So you would become an associate first, and then your next goal is to help those 2 people become an associate, and then you get 2 more direct referrals. So realistically, like if you knew 3, 6, 8 people, if you knew 8 people that were interested in doing this right away, like say if you worked at a company or something, they're like people that would do it, you could actually even rank up as a silver, as a copper, and get 1,000 per week, right off the bat. So it's just something how quick it can do. It just a matter of, it depends on how much you share it with people. And there's one limitation I do have to share with you. They have it set up that if there's 2 members per household that can do it. Okay, so like if you're watching this and your husband or your wife you'd want to have them do this, or that they would be interested in doing it, they would actually have to create their membership from your referral link. So that would be like if you created this and then your husband wanted to join, he would have to sign up underneath your link. But in that case there, you would just send me your link, and then the very next person that signs up would qualify you as an associate. Okay, so but it does have to be per household. That member does have to sign up underneath the first person that signs up. Okay, and then also like if the only other way around that, or the only way that you could do more than that, is like if you yourself owned a person, if you owned your own business, because it's all, like I said, you have to put in your social security number. So you would have your social security number for your membership. And then if you wanted to create an account underneath your business, because that's a different tax number, you would actually create the account under that tax ID. Okay, so that's the only way that you could personally have to yourself, is if you did own a business. Okay, and this, it could be like an LLC, or just any type of business. Okay, so this is technically how it looks. This is just an easy way to example to show you the associate. So this would be you. Your first 2 direct referrals are qualify as an associate. Then you would help these two people here get 2 referrals. And then your very next direct referrals here, the blue ones, those would qualify you as a copper. Okay, so that's pretty how quick you can do it. Okay, so just to cover, like I have the income disclosure here because we're talking about the potential money again. So levels are associate 500 a week, copper 1,000, bronze 2,000 per week, and silver's $3,500 per week. So as you see here, as you're qualifying and ranking up, you do have to have people below you that are qualifying also, just like I was sharing here. Because like here for the copper, you have to make sure your first 2 referrals are associates. Okay, so but when you hit silver, that's $3,500 a week, and that's $14,000 a month. But on top of that being a bonus, if you hit that within the first 90 days, 7Ks even made this even sweeter to show you their appreciation. They actually will give you a 100-ounce silver bar just for hitting that rank within the first 90 days. So what they would do is, once you qualify as a silver, you have to hold the rank for 45 days. And I think they put that into place because at some point, maybe somebody just did it to get the 100-ounce bar, and then they just stopped everything or whatever. So they want to make sure that you're not trying to pull any shenanigans, but that's pretty sweet. Think about it. So just by, not only are you getting the 3,500 per week, but they actually reward you for it by saying how much they appreciate your sharing the opportunity by giving you a 100-ounce silver bar. So it's really something special. And a lot of times they talked about the 7K getaways, but they have events throughout the year. And if you're able to attend one of those events, and they'd like to actually present it to you in person if possible. Now, like if you can't attend an event or whatever, they still make arrangements to get it to you, but they would call you up on stage or something at an event and say, hey, congratulations, Karen, or hey, congratulations, James, here's your 100-ounce silver bar. So it's really, really special what they do. So after the silver, there's the gold at 7,000, the executive gold is 10,000, the presidential gold is 12,500. And like I said, this was going from November 2016 to October 2020. Out of all the members that were qualified to receive some sort of passive income, whether or not they did or not, but they were actually qualified in that time period. 92% of the people made up, this percentage was 92% were associates, 6% were copper, 1% were bronze, and silver was less than 1%. And there were gold and executive golds, but those were less than 1% as well. But it shows you that the majority of people fall into that just where they're referring to people range, which is fine. That's totally fine. But, working together as a team, I would love to see us as a team have everybody ranking in the copper and the bronze. It would be great to see everybody in the silver and above. That would be just tremendous. But together, like I said, we have to work together as a team. And the reason why I'm mentioning that too is, at some point you might have one week where you're just shy of qualifying for the next rank. And there might be somebody in our group that has a member that's interested in, and they could actually say, well, here, you go ahead and have them sign up under you, and then just the next person you have, just have them sign up under my link. Okay, there's ways to work together, and I've seen people do this in 7K. So it's really, you get together and you work together. And like I said, I want to make sure that everybody can work together. And then also, as I get more members here, I'm going to put together a separate special Facebook group for just our team, where you won't have people from other Facebook groups and stuff join. It would just be everybody that's on our team. So we have another way of getting in touch with each other too. So just to recap the benefits, then I'll stop talking here. So you get access to this Sound Money wallet. You have the autosaver program, which is, like you said, you pick your day of the month, you set it, you forget it. and once a month you get, they send you on the day that you choose, they send you an email saying, okay, we debited your bank account or we charged your credit card. Here's your receipt. Then you get an email same day saying, okay, here's your autosaver. Here's the tracking number. 2 days later, like for me in Chicago, I'm near Chicago, Illinois. I've always gotten everything within 2 days. So 2 days after I get that email with the tracking number, I get my coin in the FedEx. So it's really nice. And then once it's delivered, they also send you an email saying, hey, FedEx just dropped off your shipment. So you get that. That's the autosaver. Yeah, they do offer healthcare. So like if you did, there's some people that actually have turned this into their full-time job, or they're just sharing the opportunities with people because the compensation plan is so lucrative for them. So they just do it as a full-time. So if if you don't have insurance, or you wanted to make this a full-time job, you could, but they do offer you healthcare, and they do offer supplemental insurance too. But like every company, they do have an open enrollment period. So I'm not sure when that is. So you would have to check with them on that. They have dealer direct pricing. You have the 7K limited edition rare coins, and some of the coins that they have are collectibles. They have are just phenomenal. They're out of this world as far as what they look like. And there's some that are like 500 or less, 350 or less, 250 or less. So they do have some really rare ones. There's a 1099 tax advantages. So not only are there advantages to saving in specific types of silver and gold, but also like if you're earning from this, you will have tax advantages, because and that would be something I highly encourage you to check with a CPA or an accountant and just see what they recommend you put on the side or what to keep track of, because you will be able to use some stuff as tax write-offs or deductions at the end of the year. They also offer a gold-backed IRA. How many businesses offer you that, or even anything online? None of them do. This is the only company I've ever seen that offered that. They have the 7K Advantage, which is what Zach explained, which is an app to where you can do it on your computer, but there's an app where you can just look up stuff by your city or wherever you're at, and it'll show you all the businesses and everything that are in that area that have discounts. And also you can use it for travel, like he mentioned. You have the residual income for a lifetime. And like with that, like I said, I encourage people just to make sure that they encourage their signups to get in the autosaver. That way you don't have to worry about qualifying or keeping your account active, because even if you pay for a membership to keep your ranks active for associate or above, and your point totals active, you do have to make a purchase within 30 days, because that's the whole point of why they came up with the autosaver in this to begin with, is just so people get in the routine of saving X amount each month in silver and gold to build that generational wealth, because it's the only way you're going to do it. And if you, with the autosaver, it's one of those things where you don't have to worry about, did I do it or did I not do it? It just automatically happens. So I encourage people to, as long as you stay active and your members stay active underneath you and they do the autosaver, you literally can earn this type of income weekly for the rest of your life. But it's just a matter of people staying active. Then also you have you have the member from e-commerce sales from your website, that because you have your own personal link, so you do get benefits from that. Besides the points, there's benefits to people purchasing from your website. So again, to recap how you get started today, just go ahead and send me an email to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. I will in turn, send me your preferred email address and your phone number and your address. And then I will in turn send you a link. And when I send you that email back, I'll have my phone number on there as well. So if you need to text me or reach out for us, want to get together or talk about something else, or have more questions, we can do that. I will send you a link. Go ahead and create your membership right away. And then after you create your membership, send me your username, and then I will in turn share that with other people, and we'll see how that works together as a team to help everybody achieve success quicker. Okay. And either way, whether you decide you want to do it from the income standpoint, you don't have to. You can just create your membership and get silver or gold sent regularly to you, and you can actually start building a generational wealth. And it's something really nice. But when you get these in the month, it's like one of the promos they have. It's like Christmas time every month of the year. It's true. You get excited every time the package comes, because you just want to see what you get. Even though you might know what's coming, it's still nice to open it and see and everything. But you physically get it. So that's what's really nice about this. It's not like you're paying something and you never see anything. You physically have it. You physically own it, and it does build value or grow your income. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this presentation. I really appreciate your time this morning. And I apologize to those who, this was actually my second meeting and I was on earlier, but there was like a scheduling snafu, but I won't go into that, but I really do appreciate your time. If you have any questions, reach out to me at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org, and I will be happy to get back to you as quick as possible. And I really am looking forward to working with you. And thank you again for taking your time to spend your morning with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. All right, everybody take care. Bye.